The blue fairy comes in the middle of the night and then she tells Pinocchio. Hey everyone, I'm Rebecca from Max Creations. Welcome to a brand new video and a brand new chapter of the Simpsons Princess Challenge, or Disney at this point, but you know, whatever. But yeah, so today we're starting Pinocchio's chapter, and it's really cute Pinocchio house, which I showed you guys last week. Look how cute. And our stages introductions, that's just going through, you know, the character's aspirations, skills, story, adding Jiminy Cricket into the story to feel like he needs to be here. And remember, Kuzco is basically Jiminy Cricket in this story, so we're not going to have to make fun of him. Hey, Hoffman dude, staring at our house. But yeah, that's why it's no Geppetto, because Kuzco, as irresponsible as he is meant to be Geppetto, so that's why. But yeah, we do need Jiminy Cricket though, we do need him, and we could do having the blue fairy involved, but she doesn't really come yet. Although, well, actually, no, she just come right at the beginning because she makes him into a boy. So yeah, we'll have to add the blue fairy, and we'll also have to add Jiminy Cricket for this first episode. But yeah, as far as they're talking, I'm going to do some introductions. So Pinocchio has some traits. He has some things we gotta do in this chapter. He must have the loyal trait, because at his heart, at his core in this story, he's a loyal, and that's what, you know, he's loyal to his father. Well, actually, he's disloyal to Jiminy for most of the movie, lies. But the reason why he must have the loyal trait is that his aim is to be loyal and honest, even if he's not until the end of the movie. That is his overall aim. His aim to be real boy is to be honest and truthful, and obviously that's when loyal comes in. So that's why it's his trait. But you know, I feel like we shouldn't give him that trait until the end of this story, because he kind of forgets it later on. But anyways, he also must have the friend of world aspiration, because his aim is to obviously see the world and make friends, be real boy. Must make a best friend, which will be Jiminy, and must get lost on an island. Doesn't say specifically what, but obviously it's gonna be the island, of course. But anyways, so that's all the sort of ones to go over. So we're gonna make Jiminy and the blue fairy. Now I'm not sure whether to make Jiminy a person or like a critter or a dog. I don't know. I feel like he should be a person though, then Pinocchio will have someone to talk to and actually guide him. So yeah. Maybe I'll make him like Pinocchio's age. I know I'd make him like wise for his age, but I kind of feel like it's a bit weird if he was like a grown man walking around with him. But I mean, actually, no, it would work better for us, because we can't really have Pinocchio walking around on his own, because it won't let me move households with a kid. So if anything, he kind of needs to be an adult. You put it that way. So yeah, we'll make Geppetto. We'll make Jiminy. And then the last thing I want to do is make the blue fairy, because I want to make her technically bring it. I know he's already alive, but I want her to technically do the official making him alive scene. So we'll just add these two in, and then we should be alright. So let's go into cast mode and see if we can add in Jiminy Cricket and the blue fairy. Okay, we have Jiminy Cricket done. I think it looks really cool. This room is huge. His glasses are like coming through. I think his ears actually too small. Yeah, here's Jiminy Cricket. He's so cool. I gave him like a bit of a fancy outfit here. Very cute with his little yellow shoes, and then he's got a lovely top hat. I also have to give him glasses. I was going to make him green like Harry's in the film, but there wasn't the right like colour of green available, and honestly it looks kind of funky, so I was like, why don't I just give him like a real paley, greeny looking skin? And I think it looks really good. So yeah. Here's our like human interpretation of Jiminy Cricket. And then here we have the blue fairy. I actually made her before, so I just brought her over. And yeah, she is just glamorous. So let's get them into game. Now, I know in the timeline of our series and our game, obviously Pinocchio is always a real boy. He's been a real boy from the beginning. But in order for this story to work, we need to still kind of pretend he's not a real boy, you know? Must have a story. So even though he's alive and he was born and he was adopted, etc., etc., I still want to recreate the scene where Geppetto, or Kuzco in our version, wishes upon a socks, and then the blue fairy comes in, and then she gives Jiminy the task of helping Pinocchio. Let his conscience be his guide. So I just think this is an iconic opening. It's so iconic. So I really want to kind of emulate that vibe. This is only an introduction video, so we are allowed to kind of bring these things over. Because obviously, in terms of the overall storyline, these aren't important because they don't make sense in their continuity. But as part of this introduction, I do want to explore the Blue Fairy and Geppetto. So let's have Pinocchio. Let's see if we can just sit on the bed and do the whole wish upon a star thing. I know it's like the afternoon, but whatever. It's okay. I do kind of want it though to be like darker, but we can just like wait a bit, I guess, until it's like nighttime. But what we can do is we can have a little hello to Jiminy Cricket. He just gives off such Jiminy Cricket vibes. I can't explain it, but something about this guy just emulates Jiminy Cricket. It's insane. It's insane. And obviously we do have the Blue Fairy looking glamorous. I always feel like she knows so much. She always gives off like a real motherly, maternal, mature vibe to her. Which she basically is. I mean, in all sense, she is essentially Pinocchio's mother in like a weird way. So, yeah, it's kind of funky. I love it. They're super cute. But yes, yeah, she does like deep boys. So we're going to go back to the guys in a sec when it's dark. Okay, it's night time now and Cusco's cooking and the whole gang is just there, just vibing. Yeah, something I really want to do is I want to emulate, like I said, all the scenes. So let's have Cusco come in. If I say relax, he'll go towards the window, right? So I want to be right near the window. Let's try and do that. There we go, yes. Okay, so here we go. Let's emulate the scene. So he's going to kind of, you know, do the classic wish upon a star thing. So he's like, dude, get back on the bed. Get back on the bed. Okay, he's now in the bed. Actually, he's in a better position now, so that works for me. So let's just pause it. So here he is. He's on the bed. He's playing Geppetto, and he's like, I wish to have a real boy. Obviously, I'm saying old man voice. I can't imagine Geppetto say it, but. He's like, I wish I could have a real boy. And that's obviously when the Blue Fairy comes in. Yes, Queen. Slave. She's gonna come to here. We're gonna view at this Pinocchio dog. So this actually makes it look like she's putting like a spell on him, and it looks really cool. Yes. Right, so basically this is the next scene where the Blue Fairy comes in the middle of the night and then she spells Pinocchio to obviously make the real boy, because currently he's just quite literally just a puppet. And also our eyes of the fishing now, which is good. So we have the fish, which is good. Now let's see if she actually does anything, which is just gonna kind of stare at him. She kind of looks pretty intensely at him, I suppose. But yeah, she puts in a spell that brings him to life, and then whoops, here he is, he's alive. And then oh, lovely. Okay, cool, we've already seen, so that's good. But yeah, basically, the Blue Fairy assigns Jiminy Cricket, who is in fact a cricket in the original movie, to be Pinocchio's guidance to make sure that he stays on the good and true path and doesn't turn into a naughty boy. Because he'll only be a real boy if he is good and kind and doesn't misbehave, etc. You know, he has to have a good conscience and be a good person. And that's obviously what Jiminy's for, to put him on the right path. And that's quite a good introduction as well to the story, because obviously if you guys are not familiar with Pinocchio, it is all about those sorts of things. And it is an older Disney film, but it's a classic, everyone knows it, everyone loves it. So, well, not everyone loves it, it's a bit dark. But yeah, I am excited to explore this movie. I haven't really done a full series, quote unquote, about this movie before. So it's been quite interesting, but I do really like what we have going for us. We've got some really cool character designs, we've got a really cute house. I've done a little introduction in this place, which is quite fun. Obviously, two main leads are going to essentially be Jiminy and Pinocchio. Anyways, I think I've so much for today's video. Hopefully it's a good little intro just for you all to kind of get introduced to this new section in the Disney Princess Disney Extravaganza Challenge for my longest running series ever, but I do just love it so much. And yeah, I'll see you all very soon. Bye everyone!